Welcome to the Undrafted Free Agents Pretty Much Live podcast, the football podcast that won't be asleep on the couch before the 8:20 game on Thursday. I'm Merp. On the other couch with me is Richard, and let's start the show.
Got an exciting week. I always look forward to Thanksgiving football, right?
Yeah. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about like what I love about Thanksgiving football, and I remembered one of the things that I've always loved was that the Detroit Lions always played. And
Yes.
growing up, my favorite football player of all time still is today. It was Barry Sanders, and it was the only time when you knew you'd get to see him. You know, being in the Detroit market, and us being
Just
in the New York area.
Terrible teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still to this day, I'm a sucker for throwback uniforms. So I used to love. They don't really do it much anymore with the throwbacks. I guess there's so many different uniform combinations now that they don't even bother with Thanksgiving. We should. Did we do an episode on like the best throwbacks?
We
Did we
have
do that?
not, but I will say,
Okay.
being a Barry Sanders fan, I actually hated it was like the very plain silver and blue throwbacks. I felt like those were ugly with like no logo. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. They actually have low key one of the best like throwback helmets. It's I'll do my best to paint a word picture, but it's like an old school line at the bottom of like a rectangle that's just blue and silver, and it just has always looked really really nice.
You,
Yeah.
the podcast listeners can't see me, but I am puzzled by the
Yes.
description.
This
We'll
is
have to
why
see it.
we gotta do it in person because I could show it to you in a split second. But it's actually it's a really cool retro logo.
And everyone at home can just Google it.
Yes, just Google.
Speaking of throwbacks, before we dive into first down, throwback helmets. How about that was the Bears throwback helmet, right? With it looked like the old leather helmet.
Yes. Was it the Bears?
Or was that the Packers? It was either the Bears or the Packers.
I know a couple of teams have done it. I know Illinois did it in college football, and then I think it was the Packers actually, because the Bears have the one where it's just three orange stripes,
right,
almost like the Michigan helmet.
Right. That was silliness.
I liked it. All right, should we dive into first down?
Yeah, let's get into first down since it's recording a Tuesday night. We'll probably publish this on a Wednesday morning, which is the day before a Thursday in November, which means Thanksgiving football. The time-honored American tradition started by the founding fathers in 1770, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Is that all true?
What they always pictured when they had their buckle hats on and they sat down to eat venison at the first Thanksgiving. They're like,
yes,
we need some entertainment. And not only Thanksgiving, we should mention there is a Black Friday game.
There is a Black Friday game. Yeah,
yes.
part of our discussions today.
Mm-hmm. They've just taken every holiday in the NFL.
Yeah,
every single holiday.
Yeah, I think they started that last year. I think it's part of like all of the streaming properties that are part of the NFL now. I think it's on Amazon Prime, and everyone's got to have their piece. And it's a thing now. 2 years in a row makes it a thing, and so we will not forever now have Black Friday football.
Yeah, I can't see
which is good for us, but for just all of society, I don't know how good it is. But it's so fitting, right? Like this huge conglomerate, like this monopoly of sports, the NFL, uber commercialization. Of course, they should have football on the most commercial capitalist day of the year.
When do you think they just renamed the Monday Night Football game? So this year it would have been the Giants and the Patriots. When do you think they just rename that Cyber Monday Football?
Cyber Monday Football?
And just get like a legit sport sponsor for it.
Do you think that would happen before the NFL creates an eighth day for football?
Yes. I think they have to go through all 7 days first. Um, and like side note, how we're quickly approaching Saturday football too. Because remember when college kind of slows down, the NFL just fills that void and has Saturday games as well in December,
Oh
which is
yeah, I
just
mean
fantastic.
the body's not even cold. Like they pounce right on it.
Yes, they absolutely do. And actually, we should note tomorrow ends the 50 days of football. Remember
Oh,
the 50
does it?
straight days of football? Yeah. So if you count college football, which I know you don't necessarily do,
No.
but today is the final day of 50 straight days of football. Wednesday, there's no college, there's no NFL, and then we just have to wait until Thursday.
And that's why we keep you around to make sure we know these things. You like
Random
how I
facts.
pretended like I knew that? I did not know anything about that.
No,
I'm
I
glad you
do send a,
explained.
I do send a text message out every year proclaiming that the 50 days of football have started.
Ah, that's I do remember that. I do
Yes,
remember that.
3 straight years. All right.
Okay, so
So
we get football and Thanksgiving. We get
yes,
holidays filled with sports nowadays. No holiday is safe. Although I guess it depends on what sport you're thinking of. Um, and it's the whole thing. You get the food, you get the couch, you get the games. In addition to that, now there's like this whole side industry of gambling that's a part of the whole thing.
hmm
Um, I just bought one of my boxes for the Thanksgiving games. Once upon a time, everything I don't know, football just like grows into itself and outside of itself. It's just ever expanding. It used to be like a Super Bowl tradition. You get the boxes, you buy a
yeah,
box and
hmm
you have to match up the score with the quarter and all that. And now they have it for Thanksgiving. You are, yeah,
Side
it's
note:
just a thing.
that's the only real life application of coordinate graphing is to figure out what Super Bowl scores work. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
So, should we list the games to start us off to
Yeah.
set the stage, set the plate, as they say?
So wait, for
So
for those who are unfamiliar with the tradition, three teams always play on Thanksgiving. What are those teams?
the Lions, Cowboys. I thought it was just Lions and Cowboys. Are you gonna
The Packers. The Packers always play on
Packers? Oh, I
Thanksgiving,
didn't know that.
and sometimes they play each other.
Yes, yeah. I did not
Um,
know that about the Packers. Good for them.
yeah. Am I
I'm
wrong?
just so used to.
I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong.
I will I will look it up while you're talking about. I know the Lions and Cowboys
Yeah,
always
for sure
play
the Lions and
because
Cowboys.
they just always lose.
Yeah, we'll see about this year. Um,
Sorry, it
that's
is just the Lions and Cowboys.
it's just Lions
Just
and
look it up.
Cowboys.
Yeah, I
Why
think
do I feel like? Oh, okay.
I
I
th-
stand
think the
corrected.
Packers often play just because they're in the same division as
In the same
Lions.
division, and it makes that makes sense. Um, so the slate starts off at 1 o'clock with the division rivals in a really tough division battle between the Packers and Lions. That game means a lot. It means a lot. And
Huge.
then at 4:30, there's a game that I don't know how much it means at this point. It's odd, but it's the Chiefs versus Cowboys inter-conference play, and
It means everything to the Chiefs, but not too much to
yeah,
the Cowboys.
well, with their win over the Eagles, they have some light there, I guess, like a pinhole of light.
Still three teams above them. Or yeah, three teams
Um,
above.
and then who knows what you're gonna get with the Bengals and Ravens in the evening game. Um, you never know with Joe throwing it
Yeah,
around.
that, that's a great example of the NFL put that on the schedule thinking it would be a huge game between Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson, and it did not come to fruition.
Yeah. Oh wait. Rewind. When I said Joe, I was thinking Flacco, but actually I saw that Joe Burrow says he's going to be back for this game.
I did see that too. I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? Oh,
I don't like
the man
why would
himself said
he?
it.
I don't know. I'm seeing that right now too. Joe Burrow not sitting if healthy. It, so surely someone has to step in and just he gets hurt so often. Just make him sit. They're not going to make the playoffs.
That's do you okay? Mathematically, are they
Not
done?
the only mathematical team that's out is the Giants.
Right. Okay. So I'm sorry I brought that up, but I don't know. That's a tough call because you're playing a team in your division. If you want any hope, you gotta get this one. But also, there's that thing where if he does not play this game, it's almost like he gets extra. Or no, wait. If he plays this game, he will get extra rest.
Yeah, it's like a mini buy.
Yeah. So maybe I'm if and I am a betting man. I'm gonna say Joe Burrow's gonna play on Thursday.
Hop right back in a primetime game
Yeah, yeah,
against a really good defense.
yeah. I may be pushing my luck. I got Melbourne right last week. Maybe I'll be right
Yes,
with the Joe
congrats,
Burrow.
congratulations, you
Oh, you
called
didn't
that.
bring. I wanted to bring that up at the start. I forgot. You heard it here first.
Yes, and then our Black Friday game is who would have called this at the beginning of the season? Two division leaders, the Bears versus the Eagles. I think we all kind of penciled the Eagles in to be atop the NFC East, but who could have thunk the Bears, right?
Yeah, Bears out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Um, they had that last like fourth quarter win against the Giants, and I feel like the Giants are kind of a measuring stick now because they're losing all these games, but it turns out, just like we knew at the beginning of the season, all these teams were going to be good,
Hmm.
and so to play the Giants close says something about a team. Do you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah,
a good team.
yeah. We've only really gotten blown out. Looking at the schedule, maybe we'll just say twice.
There's
And
the
Kansas
Eagles
City, who
game.
we have, I didn't even count the Eagles the second time. I kind of
Uh,
we traded off with them, so I don't even count that.
right. Okay.
But I'm gonna count Washington as the first game,
Right.
and Washington's definitely come down to earth from last year. And then the other game was Kansas City, who we still have lots of question marks about.
Yeah. Right.
Everyone
Um.
else has been a one-score game or pretty close to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was our 5 minutes of Giants talk for our national audience. Should we pick them?
They'll get it right. They'll get it right. Yes. Yes. So why don't you go first? Maybe I'll play devil's advocate. We'll see.
All right. So this year, sorry. This year I am going to go with the. I'm going to go with the sweet potatoes over the mashed potatoes, and I'm going to be doing something different with the carrots. So carrots over sprouts. Turkey is, you know, obviously the reigning champ. We're going to go turkey all the way. All right, your picks.
Well done. Well done. I'm actually going to go with the smoked turkey breast later on in the week. We're visiting my dad. So when I cook, I'm going to do smoked turkey breast. But first game, I'm going to pick, I'm going to say the Lions because they're at home. Uh, they seem to bounce back. I know they beat up on the Giant or they came back with the Giants last week, but they for whatever reason the Lions just always seem to have that game where they struggle or they lose a game you think they should win, and then they tend to bounce back pretty well. Although now that I'm looking at the schedule, they do have this weird uh, win loss win loss win loss win loss pattern, and this would be a scheduled loss according to that pattern. I'm still gonna pick uh, the Lions. How about you, Merp?
Oh yeah, I feel like I should go Lions as well. Not so much based on what the Lions do, but just the erratic nature of the Packers right now. I do feel like a lot of it will hinge on whether or not Josh Jacobs is ready to go. I'd be more inclined to actually pick the Packers if they had Jacobs there to control the ground, control the
Mhm.
clock a little bit more, keep um, you know Gibbs off of the field as it was.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So
Can we
yeah,
mention that his insane game against the Giants and just overall season?
um, not surprising against the Giants that they're struggling mightily against the run. For very like elementary reasons. One being they just don't have linebackers. There's I forget the guy's name, a linebacker who's been with the Giants for like 2 weeks. They I think got him off of waivers, and he's been starting, and he went out injured. So they got like the third, fourth linebacker, special teams guy in
Hmm.
there. Um, Add to that injuries in the defensive backfield, so you get no support. So I was not surprised that they busted off those big runs. But yeah, I mean Sonic and Knuckles, they've been killing it all year. A lot more Sonic than Knuckles this year. In previous
Hmm.
years, we've had a lot more Montgomery, but yeah, Gibbs is coming to his own now.
Yeah. Um, the runs he had against the Giants where he was just faster than everyone else. That
Yeah,
breakaway speed, um, like you hear about it, and then when it's against your team, you see you're like, this is something special.
he's fast.
Uh, it's like it's no other way. That's it sounds elementary, but that's just the best way to say it.
Can't teach
All,
speed.
can't teach speed. The only thing that gives me, doubt a little bit is just how well Jordan Love's doing this year. Only 3 interceptions. Has an off game here or there against the Browns and Panthers. But it seems like when it's in the division, he
Yeah,
just seems to step it up.
yeah. We can talk about that though. Like I didn't know it was as low as three, but if you watch him play quarterback, I think like the word you can use is conservative. Like he has a very good offense around him, which allows him to play close to the vest. But when he get to like those those points in a game where you need to open it up, when you like have to open it up, I feel like he has a hard time doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
just like launching balls down the field. Nowadays, it's part of the tactic to put balls up like that, where you're hoping for a PI, and you're not even
Hmm.
hoping for a reception. I, it's got to be there for him. I feel like, which is a good thing, and slightly negative, but yeah, I mean, you'll always take the three interceptions over
Yeah,
over ultra conservative play, right?
yeah. No, that's a good point. That always brings up like the knock about Shador Sanders in college was he only threw when a guy was like ridiculously open. And, you know, with Love, you know, if you can limit those turnovers in the NFL, it just makes a world difference.
Yeah, yeah. He has some talented receivers. So if he's dealing, if he's a point guard, it makes sense. If they can stay on the field,
Yeah.
those receivers are.
Mhm.
I mean,
A lot of great foreshadowing, by the way, for
yeah,
our next topic.
yeah.
All right. How
Uh,
about the next game?
this is tougher to pick than you would have thought in the beginning of the season, right?
Hmm.
We
Oh,
have
yeah.
Chiefs, we have Cowboys. Cowboys coming off of a either a miraculous win on their part or a awful, you know, dropping of the ball on the Eagles' part. Either way, they got it, keeping their season alive. And I don't even know how alive the Chiefs are. I'm assuming they could nab a wild card spot still, right? They must still be in
Yeah,
the hunt for that.
yeah. I think
But at this point, they're even
I don't know
still
if
on
we
the
buried
outside
them too
looking
soon.
in. Yeah.
Yes, they are. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. They are in the 10th spot. You need top seven make the playoffs, so they have to jump
Yeah.
the Steelers and the Texans.
That's so surprising to say. The
Yeah.
Texans
Yes.
and the Steelers. Um, Even though it is what it is in the 2025-26 season for the Chiefs, it's so hard to bet against them and to pick against
Hmm.
Patrick Mahomes. Um, you you seen him pull out miracles within a game, and it feels like they could still pull out a miracle within the season to get it right again. Like at any, it's like a powder keg that any second could like bust. Um, yeah, I don't know. Where are you going with this?
My heart says the Chiefs because they're just so, you know, we're so accustomed in the last couple of years to them just finding a way at the end of the season. Like at the beginning of the season, they seem to have struggled more recently, but at the end of the season, they just kick
Yeah.
into high gear. That Dallas offense, though, has been lights out this year.
Oh
Close
yeah.
to like, yeah, like, and having Dak on my fantasy team has just saved my fantasy team so much. I'm leaning, I'm still leaning towards the Chiefs. The the only reason why I think so is I think as good as Dallas's offense is, their defense has let them down, and I think the Chiefs' defense has really stepped up, and the offense is just always there. So I'm
Yeah.
going to go with the
Yeah.
Chiefs, even though it's in Dallas too.
They have earned, like, even in a down season, the
Benefit of the
cachet.
doubt.
Yeah, to for us to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe in 2026, the 2026-27
Mhm.
season, they have another season like this. We'll start picking against them, but it's so hard now still to say the Chiefs are not a good team or they're not going to make it. So yeah,
And people forget Dallas was the one team that Russell Wilson lit up this year.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Remember that amazing game?
What a fluke! Holy cow!
Oh yeah, gave us so
Russ looked
much hope.
awful on either side of that game, but
All
yeah,
right, so we're 2 for 2 in our picks.
2 for 2.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the other games. We might go 4 for 4, but let's see. What? So next we have the final Thanksgiving game, the one that Murr promised to be awake for at the beginning of the show.
Lies.
Bengals at Ravens.
I'll barely be standing. There was a Thanksgiving a couple years ago where Melissa and I we just ate so much that literally we're laying on the ground, like rolling around, saying, "Why did we do this?"
I, it's funny. I don't think that's going to happen this year, and we'll see what happens. But my dad, who's hosting, has flat out just said like it's just dinner, no appetizers, which are my favorite. I love appetizers. So it's basically he's just making one like a dinner, and I think that's going to cut down on the shame I'm going to feel later in the night of how much I ate.
I also love the appetizer. And can I take 3 minutes of airtime to tell you the kooky plan that my family has come up with? So I found
Take
out
four.
through the grapevine. I'm not a member of Costco, so I did not know this was a thing. But
Hmm.
at Costco, you can buy like a Iberico hamon, like the Serrano ham,
Yes, yes, you can.
like the whole leg,
Hmm.
And so we were joking about it, and the joking turned into like, let's do this. So we're gonna get one of those. It comes with like a stand. You like nail it
Yeah.
in. It
Hmm.
comes with like the sword like knife. It's like the whole kit and
Yeah.
caboodle. And so yeah, we're gonna get one of those. And apparently they last for like months. Like I'll have that ham for like
Yeah.
months. So that'll be part of our appetizer set.
All right. So two things. One, when you started this story, I thought you said cookie instead of cooking. So I was wondering when it was gonna. It took me a minute into the story to realize you meant cooking. I didn't know how it was gonna tie in. Second, I've seen that in our Costco, and I've always thought, who would buy this? And I want it. Um, I desperately want it. That
Well,
was
let
my
me ask you,
favorite part of Spain.
my friend, do you have a Costco card? Because I
I
do
do.
not.
I do. Do you want to
I may
make
need your
a
assistance.
boys trip?
Yeah, actually, tomorrow I may need your assistance.
Let's do it, and then I get one of the first cuts. Then
Deal.
yeah,
Deal. I
and that was our
am.
recap of the Bengals and Ravens.
Yeah.
Sure, surely to be a Ravens win, right? It's in Baltimore.
It's in
Uh,
Baltimore.
it's in Baltimore.
It's in Baltimore. It's in Baltimore. It's Is the
It
Bengals
doesn't.
defense gonna be playing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll go Ravens. I
Yeah.
want. I want to say like if Jamar Chase is playing, like they'll have some kind of life in them. But if that defense is playing, I don't know.
Oh,
At this
that.
point, the
Mhm.
Giants defense has lost more games than the Bengals defense. But God, like what a traditionally bad defense the Bengals
Yes.
have.
I think you hit the nail on the head. By the way, I think you might have backwards backed into why Joe Burrow has to play. He's got to keep those receivers happy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Although Joe Flacco has done a good job, they just aren't winning.
yeah. He's fine. It's not. That's not where the problem lies. Not for this team.
Yeah, Joe
Um,
Flacco, 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
I'm gonna go back and say that the Giants defense is worse because the Giants offense has actually been playing better than even the
Oh
Bengals
my goodness, yeah.
offense. Like
Hmm.
Giants are getting like nearly 30 points a game, 27, 30 points, and nothing to show for it on the other side.
If you just look at yards per game, the Giants are the third worst in the NFL, and the Bengals are the worst. And
Oh
it's
wow.
not that close. It's they're still 30 yards, but the Bengals let up on average 30 more yards than the Giants.
Jeez, imagine.
Yeah,
It's so frustrating for us. Imagine being a Bengals fan. Holy
yeah.
moly.
That should be another episode where we could piece teams together. Like take this offense, take this defense,
Write it down. Later
write it
in the
down.
season,
All
let's
right.
do that.
Yes. Hmm.
Add it to
Side
our
note:
buddy
that
list.
wouldn't that be a great new NFL rule if you could just trade units, not players, just a full unit.
It's becoming more and more like fantasy football.
Yes, exactly. All right, should we go to the Black Friday game?
Yeah. You gonna do you do Black Friday? Does anyone do Black
Uh,
Friday anymore?
I do not, but this year I think I am, just because I've gotten more recently into like smoking cigars. So the one shop near me does like a really good, like it's an old school shop, so it makes sense that I don't think they understand Cyber Monday, so they just do Black Friday deals. So I was gonna stop there, hopefully get a few cigars, and I really want to like a classy lighter.
Hmm.
Mine is plastic, see through, and orange, and it works, but it's not the most elegant thing. How about you?
Once upon a time, I used to do it all the time. I thought it would be. It was just a fun thing to do. I'd go out at midnight on
Yeah.
Thursday.
Hmm.
I've done that a few times. And then I don't know. I got to that age where I don't want anything anymore. Got like too much crap.
Yeah, no,
If I
I think it's part of being a father, right?
Yeah, yeah. If I need the odd electronic, that's when I'll be on the lookout. But
Hmm.
nowadays, I mean, they made up Cyber Monday so that the online stores could have their day. But now everything's online, and they just do their Black Friday and their Cyber Monday and everything in between online.
Yeah, it's all mixed together. I think two holidays have like disappeared in like recent memory. Like Black Friday, it's all just like a giant 1 week of sales. That's all it is. And
Yeah,
then
like it's Black Friday right now. Like
yeah,
everyone
exactly.
has has their sales going on right now.
The other one is Mischief Night. We're both middle school teachers. I have not heard of that in years. Remember Mischief Night?
What
You
now?
have a puzzled look on your no.
Mischief Night? Are you talking about Goosey Night?
No, that's not what it's. Is that
That
what you
is what
guys
it's
called it?
called up here. Up here we call it Goosey
Oh,
Night.
really?
Yeah. Mischief Night.
You're talking about
You
like the night before Halloween, right?
That is Goosey Night.
I've never heard of that before.
That's what it
No.
is. I don't know this Mischief Night thing you Southern Jersey people.
Central.
Whatever,
Uh,
you're from Bergen County actually.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna look this up. I proved you wrong with the Packers. I will look this up.
Oh no,
Well,
you'll 100% it's Goosey Night.
all right. How do you even spell Goosey? Is it like I'm gonna
You
look?
spell it the way you think you spell it.
All right. So who's your pick? Bears or Eagles?
I want to pick the Bears. I want to pick the Bears. I'm gonna pick the Bears. I feel like it's just too many surprises. You don't know.
Yeah.
The Eagles have some problems. They have some problems, and it is hard to say they would drop two in a row.
Mhm.
But there's some exposure there. There's some exposure to their shortcomings, especially on offense. Less so on defense, I think. You know, aside from some injuries in the backfield, defensive backfield, their very vanilla offense gets them in trouble when they need some explosiveness, especially if the run game is controlled. I I don't want to say Jalen Hurts is not a top flight quarterback. Um, Maybe it's schematic, whatever it is with the talent they have. You know, they should just be flying up and down the field, but they don't.
Yeah. If you had asked me last week to pick this, I would have picked the Bears. But then with the Eagles' loss, I think they come back stronger. I think it's a big road test for a rookie coach, and it's still a young quarterback. So I'm going to go with the Eagles. I think they bounce back. I'd love for them to lose, but I think they're going to bounce back from that surprising loss to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And update on Goosey Night. So when you search it, the first thing that comes up is Mischief Night, but apparently
Not
that
the same.
is it is the same. It's more observed in northern. Oh, it says England. I thought it was New England. Oh, this is what it says. In most of New Jersey and other regions of the United States, and lists a bunch, it is commonly referred to as Mischief Night. But then North Jersey, it is called Goosey Night, specific to North Jersey.
I rest my case. The only important part of New Jersey is North Jersey, so it's Goosey Night.
How did I grow up in North Jersey and never heard it called Goosey Night?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Never, never.
I want to say there's like a third name for it. Is the
Oh,
same
there's a
thing?
yes, there's a ton. Devil's Night, Gates Night, Goosey Night, Moving Night. I don't get that. Uh,
Ridiculous.
Cabbage Night, and then Mat Night. But I think that might be Irish.
Cabbage night. Fun. That's fun. I love Goosey Night, but I might start calling it Cabbage Night from now on.
Yes.
But to your point, actually, yeah, there's no hijinks happening anymore. I never see any kids out. Um, I don't know. You want to say that's a good thing, but as far as traditions go and coming of age parts of that, I don't know. Maybe we should have fewer ring cameras and more Goosey
Yeah.
Night.
Hmm. They do always seem to get my brother's house though. That's a common thread, regardless of national trends. They seem to always get Nikki's house pretty
Nick has got to
consistently.
start giving out full bars. He goes full
Yeah.
bars to solve that problem.
Mhm. All right. So we move on to second down.
Yeah, second down. That was a long first down, but yeah, worth it.
Yeah.
Worth the trip. Belly full of ham, worth the trip.
Mhm. Well, can you introduce it? I'm going to try to plug in to get a little bit more power.
Yeah. So we've got a concerning trend all across the NFL. Whole teams are suffering this injury bug, and actually, the whole NFL is suffering from injuries. Uh, and so, we thought we just take a moment and take a deeper look into what's going on. Have some thoughts about what's causing it in comparing across the years. It feels like there's like so many more injuries. But is that true? Is it true that there are actually more injuries through this season, through this part of the season this year than in past years? What did you figure out?
I definitely think there's uptick. I did more research into like why there are more injuries, but I think there's definitely been an uptick. What did you see?
Yeah, it's definitely higher. It's higher than last year by statistics. But oddly enough, and I don't remember this, there was a huge jump in like 2018, 2019,
Hmm.
which was kind of crazy. There was a statistic like out of 1,000 players, it was like a 26% or 26 player injury rate. Um, and the previous
We'll say like
years
three
had
percent. Yeah.
had been like 19 out of 1,000 or 18. So it was a big jump, and we're climbing up to those levels. Believe it or not, we're not at the level of 2018, 2019, but certainly higher than last year and the year before. So there is a trend. It's a trend of more injuries. I also found out they've done the comparisons, right? And what would be on the Family Feud list of causes? What would you pick as like your top?
So I got three. I think Family Feud six, right? But we'll go with three.
Yeah, yeah,
Excuse me. Um, First and foremost, that this. Well, should we get? Let's get the obvious one out of the way. This isn't anything new, but the turf. The turf is just. You've seen it claim countless lives at MetLife
yeah.
and in their prime. So uh, that's always going to be a factor. It's always better to play on natural grass, uh, not to tie in soccer. But the NFL always cries poverty when it comes to this. The turf, or the owners do at least. They don't want to replace the turf. But when Messi came into the MLS, Messi does not play on turf. That is his steadfast rule. He will not play on turf. If they play a game and the team has turf, he just will sit out that game. And guess what? All the MLS owners did.
Change
They
their
they
field.
got grass. Yeah,
Yeah.
and if the MLS owners can afford that, there's no doubt that the NFL can. One
Well,
hundred
let me
percent.
tell you, multiple studies have been done on this, and it turns out that there is no difference in the rate of injury on turf or on grass.
Hmm.
in the NFL. Now, we do, put a lot of exposure onto these injuries that happen on turf.
Hmm.
So we it pops out.
Hmm.
People are quick to say that, but yeah, it's not like once upon a time with the AstroTurf, which was different
Hmm.
than the field turf.
Yeah.
There were a lot of head injuries with AstroTurf as well. It was like cement underneath the
Yeah. Oh
the
yeah. My
actual
goodness.
turf. Um, that doesn't mean for sure that there's no correlation.
I think
Um,
you have to take into account like the placebo effect. If the guys think they're going to get injured, I mean,
yeah, yeah,
almost,
because
almost,
when you survey the players say
yeah.
they don't feel as good playing on the turf as on the field. But as far as like tracking injuries, it's equal, pretty even.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So that was one. Uh, the second more obvious one is when you increase from 16 games played to 17. That's gonna just increase injuries. You think it would be like it would increase it by like 1/16 of the rate. So that's definitely gonna be a factor. Less preseason games, so less time to get
Yeah.
prepared.
And so those things are like for the NFL, they're hand in hand, right? Like because
Hmm.
when they went to 17, they didn't add a 17th game to the season. They took away a preseason game.
Hmm.
So that's one less week of preparation, one less week of, and I think the compromise was to do that so that thinking that there was one less like quote unquote game by having one less
Hmm.
preseason game. But it's different. Those preseason games are played differently. There's a different
Hmm.
number of players that play in them.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
not the same sample. It's not the same group. I think
hmm.
let's just imagine it was just the fourth game. No starters playing the fourth game.
Right.
But if you're in a regular season game, it's all stars.
Right. Yeah. I am more inclined to think that that's the reason.
Hmm.
Um, Especially because if the number is growing and if in the next season the injuries are around where they are this year or even more, then that would point to like the players actually degrading over
Hmm.
time
Yes.
with
Hmm.
this schedule.
Yeah. I don't think the NFL is going to do anything about it. But uh,
Oh, they
did
make
we
way too much money with this.
did we discuss this, or did I hear this in a different podcast? If you're going to have 17 games or whatnot, um, and you're really concerned about player safety, just put a cap on the number of games each player can play. So let's just say every
Oh,
single player can only play 15 games.
oh, they imagine the uproar that they had in the NBA over what do they call it in the NBA when like
Oh yeah, the
load management or whatever,
yes, load
right?
management.
It's still so controversial right now. Oh, people would lose it if the NFL load managed players, especially considering
Mm.
you're paying $400 to go to a
Hmm.
game. That would not fly. But once upon a time, we had this conversation,
Yeah.
and you had a different suggestion that I thought was actually better. An extra buy.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
That was
Hmm.
you. You said that. Yeah. I think that's something the NFL should legitimately consider.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that would make some schedulers' brain explode. But uh, I, what do you think that would help? Do you think that would keep the players
Uh,
more rested? And,
I think it's gotta. It can't hurt. It would also push. Wouldn't that push the Super Bowl back to like President's Day weekend, which we would already have off? And like we
that's
could like,
right.
yeah, we could like make it so you don't have to go to work the next day,
You
as we
said
always
that
suggested.
also
Mhm.
when you brought it up. I think you nailed it,
Yes.
Richard Gazilla. You should write to Goodell. You should be Goodell.
B. Goodell. Yeah. So the last reason, and then we could talk about some fixes. Although we kind of pepper those in, um, the just the fact that players nowadays are bigger and faster than they were. Yeah, like don't even talk about like the first Super Bowl. That's completely different uh, person. Even like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
all the players getting bigger and faster, and when you're bigger and faster, and you collide. Injuries are more likely to happen.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And like you are bigger and faster, and the object you are hitting is bigger and faster. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a biggering and fastering.
Yes,
Just the
exponential growth.
physics. Yeah, the physics of it is mind-boggling at this point. That um, I don't know that they aren't turned to dust.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Uh,
It's crazy. Uh, I was thinking about like offensive linemen these days and how there's no way you could beat an offensive lineman in a dead sprint, and they're enormous.
yeah. That's the scariest part. Like what people don't realize is like not only are these guys enormous, but like they're faster than you are. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the scariest part. All
yeah.
right. So we discussed the possible fix of you there's 17 game schedule, but you can only play in 15, which would just be crazy for fans. Um, I have one that might also drive fans nuts. What's the most dangerous play in football? They've gotten better, but what's the most dangerous play?
Is it still the kickoff?
Yeah, the kickoff.
The kickoff.
What? Just get rid of it. Just give him the ball at the 30. Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
There was at least one kick return this weekend, and man, was that exciting. That's
It is,
tough.
but it's also exciting if you're a Bengals fan. Joe Burrow being on your team, not
Yeah.
injured. Not that Joe
Although,
Burrow returns kicks.
yeah, Joe Burrow's not part of that meat grinder. No, no one you need is really in that meat grinder.
That actually brings up another point. Do we discuss the fact that the backups never seem to be hurt, but the star players who make a ton of money and have guaranteed money tend to always be hurt? Right?
Oh
Right?
wait, I actually, if we're talking about the kickoff, and you see guys go down on kickoff almost every play, but you just don't know their names. I think we're just not recognizing that these guys are getting
Yes,
injured
yes.
because right, like there's always
Yep.
a guy on the ground after a kickoff.
Do you remember the XFL's coin flip?
Oh yeah, I do.
For those viewers who don't remember or weren't alive, it wasn't their kickoff. Their first ever coin toss. Instead of doing a coin toss, they just like threw a ball, right? Or they placed it on the ground and had
I
two
don't.
players
I know.
run
Yeah,
to
it was like
get
a
it.
fumble recovery
Hmm.
situation. I don't remember if they rolled it or threw it or if it was sitting there. But it
Um,
was absurd.
and do you know what happened on the very first play?
No, what?
Separated shoulder. The guy out. The guy was
Of
out for the
course.
season.
Of course.
Yeah.
Bigger, faster players. But here's what
Mhm.
would be so like outside of the realm of possibility and comfort. But let's like take the pads and helmets off. Like
Yeah. They always say rugby's healthier because they don't have helmets.
they don't have helmets. They actually are
Mhm.
taught to, and the rules are set up for the tackling to be different and for the running to be different, right? For instance, there would be a penalty on every single Cam Scatabo run because you, as an offensive player with a ball carrier,
Mhm.
you can't, you know, you can lower your shoulder, but you can't like lead with your head that way, and nor would you without a helmet.
Yeah.
And the tackling also, there's like the tackle box is like strictly enforced. And so you got to get in the box. You can't go low, you can't go high. The technique is taught differently. And you make fun of me, but rugby is an exciting game. It's
Yeah,
fun. You
no, it
throw
is.
in some forward passes, and we got a thing where we can enjoy football without losing Lamar Jackson and Joe
Mhm.
Burrow and Jackson Dart and on and on and on.
Yeah. Speaking of Jackson Dart, what? How big of an impact do you think it would have if the Guardian caps were just mandatory?
That's I'm for it.
Yeah.
I think we've proven that there would not be an impact, um,
Mhm.
because
I I
the
meant
the
like injuries, not like the play.
oh, I don't know that much about the statistics on the
Mhm.
efficacy of the Guardian cap, but
It is supposed to lower it.
yeah,
That
it
that
would
is
make
proven.
sense, right? It makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah.
My
Why
thing
not just?
is, everyone should do it because it really doesn't affect your gameplay.
No.
You see these flyers, receivers like Romeo Dobbs, and there's actually a guy that looks exactly like Romeo Dobbs
Mhm.
on the Packers on the other side. They do it. Defensive backs are wearing it. You see more offensive linemen wearing them now. Let's get everyone wearing them.
Yeah. It only looks a little funny now because only one guy per team does
Yeah.
it. But if everyone does it, it'll just be the norm.
Am I wrong? Is it mandatory for like one of the days in practice to work with a guardian cap?
I think it's mandatory all the days.
All the days of practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Certain positions are exempt, but I remember that
Kickers.
was on an episode of Hard Knocks.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's worthwhile to see that. Um, so they're all used to it then. So like the players,
Yeah.
there's no reason not to.
I just don't think they like how it looks.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the places where the NFL can say, hey, you know, for for your own best interest, we're gonna do this.
Hmm. All right. So we talked about the impact it has on the game and fans. Let's talk about fantasy impact.
Yeah, this is our third down. By the way, we
Yes.
said we'd spend two downs on injuries because you and I are in the same fantasy league,
Hmm.
and it is brutal this year.
Oh my!
Um,
I've
what's
actually I've won games because of injuries people
Yeah,
have
yeah.
had.
My bench is full of IR players.
Hmm.
You know, trying to find a wide receiver. Forget a wide receiver. Trying to find a running back on the waiver wire is just exercising futility right now. And yeah, it's just it's spread. This disease of injury has spread into so many realms of football and
Hmm.
fantasy football. Excuse me. Is no does not get spared. What's interesting, I've noticed, and here's a trend.
Yeah.
Anyone who plays fantasy football, take a look at your fantasy league and see if this is the case for your league as well. In a reasonably run league where people are top to bottom mostly paying attention, it seems like all of the leagues, the top team and the bottom team, are like only a couple of games apart from each other this year. You know,
Hmm.
usually there's like a top team or a top tier of teams,
Hmm.
and one in the there's a middle tier, and then there's like a we fall asleep at the wheel tier. But this year I'm in multiple leagues. I do a lot of fantasy football. I love it. Um, Top to bottom, everyone's kind of huddled up there, and I think it's a result of these injuries making the game so hard to predict and so hard to plan for.
Yeah. There's two games this year. I only won because Joe Burrow got hurt, and one was because Baker got hurt.
Yeah.
Um, I think you make a good point that it's super. I'm just looking at our league. There's not a huge difference between. I won't say last place because I think that person just forgets they have a fantasy football team. But like we'll say like the bottom third to the top third is only like a game or two.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where like the point different, the average
Right.
points kicks in.
Yeah.
Um,
With my own
I
team, which is in the bottom third, I felt like I was so out of it. Um, the injuries had really decimated my team, and I thought my season's been over. But then I look at the standings and I realize, oh, everyone's dealing with this. Like
yeah.
people are,
hmm
dropping games that they shouldn't be, keeping me alive in the league.
So I think I have a fix. If this trend continues and this you just see these players hurt more often. So my fix, it might ruin the game, but I think it would work for certain key positions. We'll say like quarterback would just be the first example. You start two quarterbacks, and whoever has the highest point total, that's the one that counts for your team.
We can do this. We have the technology. We can
Yes,
make this happen.
right, right. Like so, if a quarterback goes down like early in a game, that just decimates
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
chance to win that week. So at least you double your chance, and you just take whichever one is the higher point getter for that week.
Or how about like a auto substitution? Like you
Yes.
have your whole
hmm
team, and rather than picking your starters and making those decisions, it just like scans your roster for the best combination
hmm
and like inputs that.
Yes.
I don't know that I
I like
don't
it.
know though that would so much help with injuries. I guess if it's done after the fact, that way if there's an injured player,
hmm
you're not like saddled with their injury game, right? Okay. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah.
this can work.
Yeah. I
Consider
think
fantasy football fixed.
yes. Oh, speaking of fixed, should we go on to fourth down?
I don't,
I I've been looking
sure, I
forward
don't
to this
know.
all
I don't
day.
understand the segue. Like, what does that have to do with being fixed? But
Um, so we decided to try something new for fourth down or any down really. Uh, we're gonna do a movie review, and we use the term movie loosely.
we're gonna call it. We watched it, so you don't have to.
Yes, great name, great name. Of course, we're talking about the Holiday Touchdown, a Bills love story, the Hallmark movie that premiered this past weekend after the roaring success of Holiday Touchdown, a Chiefs love story that did oh so well and broke records last year.
Would you believe I did not realize it was a sequel?
Yeah, so this is where I can fill you in, Nahum. It is a sequel. Uh, if you so when you watch it, did you notice that they would like zoom in on certain like extras for an extra beat, and like there's that scene at the very beginning where a couple is feeding the reindeer, and the wife is like, "Oh, we should get a pet reindeer," and I'm not joking. That was the Chiefs couple from the previous movie.
Yeah. A I watched the movie, but like I didn't watch the movie.
It is the perfect
and,
movie to you can zone
and
in
B,
and out.
if the main characters of this movie were in
hmm
another movie, I would not have recognized them. Like next year when they pop up in Holiday Touchdown, a I don't know,
Oh, I do have a
Packers love
prediction.
story.
I do have a prediction for the next one.
Go for
Sorry,
it.
uh, I'll tell you now. So
Yeah.
Next year will be a Seahawks love story.
Seahawks.
Let's see, just another
Why?
passionate
Why?
fan
Pray
base.
tell. Oh, okay.
Just another, yeah. I
Yeah.
that's my prediction. It seems like Seattle is a place to find love, right? Sleepless in Seattle, the movie.
Sure. It's a
Yeah,
romantic,
yeah.
dreary place.
hmm the last pick would have been Philly, obviously, right?
Oh God.
No one wants to see an Eagles love story. No one. So
Yeah.
really quick, let me give a quick synopsis of the film. So I'm just gonna call them guy and girl. You don't need to know their names. It's fine. Like,
It was Morgan and Gabe, by the way.
okay. So Morgan and Gabe are longtime childhood friends in the city of Buffalo, and they reconnect. Gabe, of course, is the for they never. My favorite thing about Hallmark movies is they sort of tell you what they do for jobs, but no like details. So he was helping build the new Bill Stadium, but they never actually explain what his title
Yeah.
is.
But we do clearly know that Morgan is a doctor. And if that
Oh,
is the
I
work
thought it was a
life
nurse.
balance, oh my gosh, Richard, do not minimize a female doctor that way.
No.
We're not doing that in 2025. But if that is the work life balance that a doctor has in Buffalo, that is amazing. That she has
Oh yeah.
that amount of time to you know be so into being a Bills fan.
Yes.
More power to her.
hmm
A doctor, no less, not a nurse.
I did zone out for part of the movie, so I did miss that. So they reconnect to try to find a mystery gift giver of the Morgan's uncle,
What a
who
charade!
yes, who for
What a
years
concocted plot.
yes, for years received Christmas gifts and money while he was away in Vietnam, which they totally glaze over, by the way. But and he keeps on getting these gifts, but he never knows who he gets the gifts from. So they team up to try to find the mystery gift giver. Should we spoil the ending?
I don't think the fans are gonna be
Yeah,
watching this movie. Yes, let's spoil away.
because I
Spoiler
could not.
alert: they fall in
Yeah,
love throughout this journey.
they do, but I cannot believe that. So in the end, they find it's a childhood friend of her uncle's, who he's known forever, and he gets back from Vietnam and tries to track her down. Only goes to her job, that
Yeah.
just goes to her place of employment. As often you do when you're trying to meet up with old friends, you just go to their job.
Yep. Just
She's not
popping
there,
in.
gives up, doesn't go to her house, which should be in Buffalo, or picks up a telephone. None of that. Um, but to reconnect them, um, did you find this like absolutely ridiculous when they reconnect at the end? And it's the salute to a hero.
Yeah. Oh. Is there
Uh,
like a Hallmark movie bingo, and then you have like
yes, yes, there is. There,
yeah, like some kind of salute to servicemen is a part of every Hallmark movie.
yes. Oh my!
Let me tell you
Do you?
what this is. Can I tell you what?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like uh, the NFL
yes,
and Hallmark movies. They're like two completely different species of animal. It's like a
yes.
turtle and like a tiger, and
hmm
someone put them in a box and force them to mate. Like these two things are like completely different species. And they had this like weird chimera baby of a movie.
Do you know who we have to thank for this? By the way,
No.
Taylor Swift.
Really?
100%. The NFL saw the Taylor effect in their
Oh,
games,
I see it. I
and
see
they
it.
made the Taylor Swift, like it's not Taylor Swift in the first film, but they that's the reason why they picked the Chiefs. They saw we can get these fans, so we'll reach out, and these
Yeah.
fans tend to like Hallmark movies, so we'll go that route.
How about the cameos?
Oh, all the Bills players that were currently available that day.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually surprised to see Scott Norwood.
Hmm.
He was there. I don't know when they filmed this, but Jim Kelly looks good.
Yeah, still has it.
Damar Hamlin was of course a part of the whole situation.
Hmm.
But I will say, Damar Hamlin aside, and a couple of other cameos. Among the cast is a pretty glaring race missing issue.
Yes.
Oh, let's talk about the cast.
Yeah.
Joey
Uh,
Pants is there. Pantalone.
oh my.
Yeah. New
The,
Jersey's
a
own, Hoboken's
a
own
sh-
Joey
a
Pants.
sh- a shocking amount of Sopranos. I guess this is where Soprano actors go
Does that make
when
sense that these guys are in Buffalo with their heavy Jersey accents?
the fact that they also did not put them in the Bills Mafia scene. Right? Right?
I didn't think about that.
You didn't think? No, that's like the
I
first
didn't
thing I
think
thought
about
about.
that.
When I started the film, I was like, I need to see two things. They need to acknowledge the Bills Mafia, which they did, and they did it in the just the cringiest way possible, and with a Godfather like scene. And
Right.
the second was they had to acknowledge the table breaking,
Oh yeah.
which
Of
which for
course. Of
a
course.
split second
Yes. And it, it's a Bill's love story, but so much of this movie could
is an
have
advertisement
happened.
for NFL shop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But also it could have just been written without the
Oh my
involvement
God.
of
Yeah.
any football whatsoever.
Or they could have just plugged any team in.
Yeah.
They would have to change one or two lines, and
I
any
don't
team
have a
would have
lot
worked.
of experience with Hallmark movies, but I feel like there's a formula and you just inject like a theme over the formula.
It's a modern day. What was it? Mad Lib. That's all it is.
Yes.
That's all. That's how they write it. Now, as a tech teacher, I have to ask you: would AI be ashamed of this if they put it out?
AI feels no shame.
I don't know.
But if you were to ask AI
Yes.
as a critic how they would feel about this, um, yeah, I don't think
No.
they would
What
judge it very
What
lightly.
if this is like the thing that like breaks the AI human wall is they ask it to write one of these films, and it does, and it is so ashamed of its output that it finally develops feelings and takes over the world. Like this is it.
uh, and on that note, you should all watch A Holiday Touchdown, A Bill's Love Story, because it
Yes.
is a wonderful saccharine load of slop.
We should give a shout out. Our friend from Egan's was in it.
Your friend from Egan's.
Yes, yes,
Someone we were
uh,
adjacent to.
yes. Uh,
Oh,
it's worth a watch
it's
if
worth
you
it.
have
Is it? No, not at
absolutely
all.
nothing
No,
else.
please do not. Do not. There's so many. I am right now in the middle of rewatching Inception. Go do that. Go watch
Okay.
Inception again. Like
All right. So
star-studded cast, more
here's
star-studded than Holiday
here's one
to
last
Shaft.
question for you. Uh, have you seen The Room, the worst movie ever made?
We watched this movie together. We may
Yes.
have watched this movie twice together, Richard.
Yes. Um, that's so bad it's good. But this is this is so bad it can't possibly make that turn and come good, right?
No, 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 no.
No.
We're telling our listeners, don't bother with this. do not do not support this kind of behavior.
Yes.
We don't need a Seahawks love story. We don't.
All right, Merp. I think it's time to punt away.
Yeah, gotta go break some tables.
Yes. All right. That I love how goofy we get at the end.
Yeah. All right, everyone. That was a good night. Yeah, let us know what other movies we should review in our next episode of the Undrafted Free Agents Football Adjacent podcast.
We'll see you guys next time.
Have a good one. Goodbye.